Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Anthony Johnston, thriller writer, CWA member, and the man pulling the levers behind the scenes tonight to try and make everything go smoothly. This is, of course, the first time that we've ever done an online event like this, which is necessary due to the ongoing pandemic. So please do bear with us if we have any technical hitches. With that, I am going to retreat from the virtual stage and hand you over to our Master of Ceremonies for the evening, the inimitable Barry Forshaw. Barry, please take it away.
I'm your host for the evening. I'm Barry Forshaw. I'm the man who's written a lot of books about crime fiction, probably too many, but it's given me the chance to meet and interview some extremely talented writers over many years, from Trisha Highsmith onwards, when I was a very young man. And although she was prickly, most crime writers I've met have been very collegiate. Considering they deal in murder and deception, they're generally a very likable bunch, aren't they? Now, tonight, as Anthony said, we're going to do our best to try to recreate the excitement of our usual live Daggers event, even though, sadly, we can't be together as we normally would. But we do have many of tonight's shortlisted authors in the audience, and hopefully we'll be able to hear from the winners live as they receive their awards. We can't hand them their trophies, I've already been asked that, but they will be, I am assured, posted out tomorrow. So, if you're on a shortlist, perhaps make sure that you're not in your pajamas, at least on top where we'll be able to see you. In fact, I already had some sartorial notes from writers who are present tonight. Abia Mukherjee has promised he'd be wearing a dinner jacket, but not the trousers. Alice Hawkins has told me she'll be wearing a strapless, backless evening gown. And Christopher Fowler has said that he'd be wearing his silk Noel Coward dressing gown and Persian slippers. Perhaps in some cases, when they're on camera, we'll be able to see whether they are doing that or not. And I do apologize right away for one fact about the evening. It'll be mainly my mug you'll be seeing all evening. I feel very exposed. We couldn't, for instance, have me bringing on all the judges virtually as we usually do, and hello judges who are watching. This is already a very complicated affair, and as an online Dagger Awards is a new experiment, I trust you will be indulgent of any glitches or delays that occur. Now, before we get to the awards, we're going to briefly hear from the chair of the Crime Writers Association and from our guest speaker. So let's begin with the author of the Francis Doughty and Mina Scarletti mysteries, who's joining us live, the CWA chair, Linda Stratman.
Hello. I hope you can all hear me. I would like to welcome you all to the Dagger Awards evening, one of the highlights of the Crime Writers Association's calendar. A year ago, when I spoke at the 2019 awards, none of us could have foreseen how the world would change and what challenges we'd have to face. I want to pay tribute to all of my associates in the CWA who have applied their dedication, skill, and ingenuity to keeping our necessary business on track and using the available technology to keep in touch with members, hold meetings, and organize events. Some things have not changed. Our administrators, CJAM, have been as resourceful as ever, even when obliged to work remotely. Mike Stotter, our Dagger liaison officer, works tirelessly throughout the year to ensure the smooth running of the awards. My grateful thanks are due to all the CWA board members and our secretary, Dee Parkin, for their invaluable support. And of course, our grateful appreciation is due to our judges, whose insight, wisdom, and impartiality is beyond question. In these difficult times, we are welcoming new members. Our local chapters continue to thrive. And through our bursary scheme, which is generously sponsored by volunteer members, we have been able to assist authors who are struggling financially to enjoy the benefits of membership of the CWA. On behalf of the CWA, I would like to thank our sponsors, Sir Perry Books, who sponsor the Historical Dagger, Ian Fleming Publications, who sponsor the Steel Dagger for thrillers of all kinds, and the ALCS, Authors, Licensing and Collecting Society, sponsors of the Gold Dagger for nonfiction. Tonight, special thanks are due to our technical guru, Anthony Johnston, for making this event happen, and our Master of Ceremonies, Barry Forshaw, for making it happen with style. Later tonight, we'll be awarding the highest accolade the CWA has to offer, the Diamond Dagger, to Martin Edwards for his immeasurable contributions to the world of crime writing as author, editor, and preserver of our history. Our Dagger shortlists demonstrate a brilliant array of writing talent. To be shortlisted in this very competitive and high quality field is a very great achievement. Our heartiest congratulations are due to all shortlisted authors and publishers, and most especially to the winners who will be announced tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Linda. There is one virtue to the Dagger Awards being online this year. Those who haven't been lucky enough to win an award don't have to maintain that graceful loser's face for the benefit of the table. In fact, Peter James told me that whenever he loses an award, he can always be seen mouthing a certain Anglo-Saxon word. Now, let's hear from our guest speaker, Richard Osman. You know him, of course, from TV shows such as Pointless. For me, speaking to Richard is like speaking to Lee Child or Charles Cumming. I always get a crick in my neck. Richard is also now, of course, as you all know, a crime writer with his excellent debut, The Thursday Murder Club, which has stormed the bestseller lists. Now, Richard was booked to be our speaker at the awards dinner this year. So in its place, he's prepared a video for us. So let's play that for you now.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Richard Osman. You may recognise me from such television shows as Pointless, Pointless Celebrities, and Pointless Celebrities, A Christmas Special. But now I'm an author. I mean, not a proper author like Mrs. Hinch, but a crime author. And as a crime author, I'm so grateful to be here this evening interrupting the Daggers. Thank you so much to the Crime Writers Association for inviting me. Congratulations as well to Barry Forshaw, who's doing an amazing job. There's a few ways you can tell I'm an author these days. There's the beard, of course. There's also, I've got my zoom angle worked out, which of course every author has to have these days. Exactly the right angle so no one can see the mess in your house. But oh look, I appear to have my book, just on the mantelpiece by the mirror, like everyone else has their book. I've just got a pile of 4 of them. That's just where I keep them. Also, the other side where you can't see, I've got a pile of books I'm supposed to be blurbing. So apologies if I have held you up on your book. In fact, let's just get them all done now. I found the book. I thought it was a page turner. I really did. I did not see that twist coming. I would say that writer X is the new Lee Child or the new Val McDermott. I hope that helps. In fact, apart from Val McDermott's new book, I would say Val McDermott is the new Mrs. Hinch. Congratulations. Now, like every other crime writer, I'm currently sitting at home writing my new COVID novel. I have some bad news for you, which is I have trademarked the name Track and Trace. That's the name of my new book, so I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to rename yours. It's a good book, though. I'm just doing the denouement at the moment, which is very, very exciting. I get all the suspects together in a beautiful old library, a lovely old house in the Brecon Beacons, and we're in the library, and then someone quite rightly points out there's more than 6 suspects, so we have to go outside into the garden to do the big reveal. Then somebody else points out that we're actually in Wales, so we're not even allowed to be in the garden. So we all have to get in our cars and go over the border to England. We stop at the first motorway service station. I then realise, of course, that I know who the killer is, but for health and safety reasons, I'm not able to unmask them. So that's annoying. The killer then tries to escape. I follow, there's a car chase, but we have to be 6 feet apart at all times, so that's impossible. And in the end, the killer just drives to Barnard Castle and gets away with it. That's the end of the book. I think it's going to be a cracker. Track and Trace is called. It'll be out next September. Now, I just wanted to say a couple of things about crime fiction. Firstly, congratulations to everyone nominated this evening, and of course to all the winners as well. But to everybody really who's writing crime fiction this year, I think sales have gone through the roof for crime fiction, which is lovely for all of us. But I think for a good reason. I think it's been a difficult year for everybody. I think there's so little certainty in the world. We're all living with these sort of bizarre things going on, and we're not quite sure if it's going to be okay. And crime fiction takes us into an imagined world where usually everything is okay, and I think that gives people an awful lot of comfort. And just escaping at all is a wonderful thing. And I do know how hard it is for some people to write during a lockdown, and I know how the work people are putting in, and the incredible kind of effort of imagination it's taking. So congratulations one and all. And on a much more personal note, I would like to say, listen, Thursday Murder Club came out this year, and I'm very, very proud of it. But I've been welcomed with such open arms into the crime writing community. I really have, and I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate it. I can't begin to tell you how many people there are on the awards ceremony list this evening, and not on the list, who I admire and whose books I've loved and whose books mean a great deal to me. And my fervent wish is that readers enjoy my books, and I get to write and just keep being part of this community in the years to come. And everybody has made that so much easier, and everyone's welcomed me, and I've been met with nothing but kindness and enthusiasm and encouragement and all of those things. And I think it does all of you great credit. I've worked in lots of different industries over the last sort of 20 years or so, and this is a really, really special one. It is genuinely very special. There's a feeling of kindness, and there's a feeling of collaboration as well, which is very, very rare. So you should be incredibly proud of yourselves. I'm absolutely gutted that we're not all meeting up and genuinely sort of having these ceremonies in person, because I know how much fun there is. Just to get into the mood for this evening, I have already I got drunk and asked Mark Billingham for his autograph in the toilet, and I look forward to much more of that in 2021 as well. Listen, it's a great pleasure to be here. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Congratulations again to everybody nominated, and congratulations to everyone sitting at home writing away as well. I look forward very, very much to next year's Daggers as well, where we can all be there in person. Very, very best of luck to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Richard, for making that video for us. It just occurred to me that's the first time I've ever looked down at Richard Osmond. And normally at the Daggers dinners, one of my tasks is to put the speaker I'm introducing at ease with copious amounts of wine. I don't think I needed to do it with Richard. So, without further ado, let's get on with the business of the evening, the Crime Writers Oscars, CWA Dagger Awards. Now, on behalf of the CWA, I'd like to make my own personal thanks. Linda's already said something, but to all the independent judges and panel chairs for the hard work they put into the Daggers throughout the year. They have a hell of a lot of books to get through, not all of them good. And I speak as an ex-judge. Tenacity is required at times, for which, thankfully, the best books offer generous rewards. And without the Trojan efforts of the judges, none of this could happen. So let's begin. We begin with the debut Dagger. This is a competition for writers who've not yet been published traditionally and don't have an agent. They submit the opening of a crime novel, up to 3,000 words, plus a synopsis. Now, the debut Dagger is widely recognized as a talent finder and has helped launch the crime writing careers of authors such as M.W. Craven, Amr Anwar, Ros Watkins, and many more. The chair of the judging panel is the creator of Geraldine Steele, Lee Russell, who I'd normally call to the stage, but today it's just me. So, the shortlisted entries are The Spey Wife by Anna Caig, Whipstick by Leanne Fry, Pesticide by Kim Hayes, Emergency Drill by Nicholas Morrish, Revolution Never Lies by Josephine Moulds, and Bitter Lake by Michael Monroe. The judges have highly commended The Spey Wife by Anna Caig. They said, this historical novel set in the late 16th century Orkney transports the reader to a very different, violent world. Breathtaking, skillfully written. Congratulations to Anna. But the winner is Revolution Never Lies by Josephine Moulds. Congratulations, Josephine. The judges said this was a unanimous decision. We loved the unusual, evocative setting of steamy Cuba, and the characters leapt off the page and made us care what happened to them. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Gosh, as an unpublished author, this is basically the first validation of my book at all. And hopefully a suggestion that it wasn't all a horrible waste of time. So thank you to the Daggers for creating this award for unpublished authors. Oh, wow. Even being shortlisted, I've had lots of attention from sort of publishers and agents, so hopefully you'll all get to read my book soon and maybe even watch the TV programme. And I should probably say thank you to all my Cuban friends who all appear in the book in one form or another, and particularly to Ahmed, who is the inspiration for my lawyer come detective Aramis Roque, and put up with endless interviews and long walks around Havana, and basically gave me his life to write about. So fingers crossed you'll all get to read about him soon. And thanks again for the award. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking your health now. So the next award is the Dagger in the Library. This is an award given for a body of work by an established crime writer who has long been popular with borrowers from UK libraries. It also rewards authors who've supported libraries and their users, and is nominated by librarians throughout the UK. Now, I always make a point at this juncture of paying my own personal tribute to librarians in the UK. I'm sure that most of you watching this owe a debt to the libraries and the librarians of their youth, Everett Avenue Library in my case. And libraries are institutions that need more support than they get, don't they? The chair of the judging panel is Sue Wilkinson. And the shortlisted authors are a very imposing bunch, I have to tell you. Christopher Bruckmeyer, Jane Casey, Alex Gray, and Quentin Jardine. And the winner is Christopher Bruckmeyer. Congratulations, Christopher. The judges said Christopher is a hugely entertaining writer who has delighted readers for many years with his deftly plotted crime novels, liberally laced with dark humor. You'll have to listen to this now, Christopher. Politics and social comment. He's also a great supporter of libraries. Exactly what we look for in a Dagger in the Library winner. Congratulations, Chris.
Cheers, Barry. Well, thank you very much to the librarians for nominating me and voting for me. Fortunately, I can still remember going to Barrhead Library, and I've had the pleasure of going back to the new library in Barrhead, the Forge, the Foundry rather. But no, I'd just like to say it's after I was first nominated for a Dagger in the late 90s, and this is the first one I've won. So, you know, patience is a virtue when it comes to this sort of thing. And in that time, I've clocked up quite a lot of books, 22 crime novels, and actually that's including 2 with my wife, and 2 more coming out this year. But I'd like to say thanks, big thanks to my agent, Carolyn Donny, who's been with me since the very beginning, and also to my editors down the years. And a special big thank you to Hilary Hale, who was my first editor, one of the greatest crime editors that the country ever knew, and to Richard Bezick, and my current editor, Ed Wood, and to everybody at Little Brown and all at Canongate who've supported me. And also, just on a wee private note, I'd like to congratulate Mark Billingham.
Okay. Thank you, Chris, for that. And cheers. Where's your glass of wine? Now, this is a particular favorite award of mine. It's the award to publishers. One of my tactics whenever I do this live, and I'm usually in my dress suit, my bow tie, is I will call out in the room, or I'll ask the publishers to identify themselves. They love this. It's the only time of the year they come out of the shadows. So we're up to the Dagger for the best crime and mystery publisher. This is a hotly contested award. What do we do with our publishers? Particularly the enthusiastic publishers who have a strong commitment to crime fiction. It's time for the Dagger for the best crime and mystery publisher. For this award, UK publishers and imprints are nominated by a wide-ranging group of reviewers, booksellers, festival organizers, bloggers, literary agents, and journalists. The winner is then selected from a shortlist by the CWA board. The shortlisted publishers are, hold your breath, Bitter Lemon, Harville Secker, Head of Zeus, HQ, Michael Joseph, Arenda Books, Raven Books, and Seven House. And the winner is Arenda Books. And I believe we have one of the hardest working publishers in the UK here to join us. As anyone who's met her knows, she's a woman who always goes the extra mile for her authors. She is a force of nature. The founder of Arenda Books, Karen Sullivan.
Hi, oh my God, we never win anything. Thank you so much. I am stunned. I don't have a speech. In fact, I really nearly was in my 90, but I am so grateful to you all for this. This is so special. In a couple of weeks, we turn 6 and I can't think of a better birthday party. Present, I mean. It's been a difficult year for all of us. We've had to learn new ways of doing things, new ways to reach readers, but it's a community that's thrived. It's a community that I am so honored to be a part of. It's like a second family to me, and I can't wait to see you all again. But I would like to thank my little team. I did write down their names because I knew I'd forget, just in case. Okay, there's only 3 of us here at Arenda Books. We publish 22 books a year. We've got Wes Camel, Cole Sullivan, and me working full-time. In support and very much a part of the team, we have Max Akori and Kader, Liz Barnsley, Mark Swan, our designer, Sophie Goodfellow, and Vicky Goldman. And I would really like to thank our amazing sales team, Simon and Schuster, a firm in Australia, and IPG and Faber Factory, who look after our ebooks. And it's actually been a decent years for sales, and my phone is buzzing. This is so good, I can't believe it. I would really like to thank our talented translators. We publish authors from 15 countries, and half of those books would not be possible without them. I would love to thank our bold, intrepid, wonderful authors who write the most amazing books. They're original, they're fabulous, they're great fun, and I'm really, truly honored to publish them. I'd like to thank the CWA bloggers, readers, agents, everybody. You've all been amazing, and I'm blown away by this. Thank you.
Congratulations, Karen. And I'm glad Karen mentioned translators there. I once, in a review for The Independent, a review I'd written of a book in translation had the translator's name subbed. Wasn't my fault. Boy, did everything happen then. A opprobrium came down on my head. So I know the value of translators, but I read a lot of books in translation anyway. But before we get on to translated fiction, we've got the short story dagger. This is the award which honors the best books, stories, and fiction and non-fiction, which is the short story dagger, crime short story, first published or broadcast in the UK in English, between 1 and 15,000 words. Now, the chair of the judging panel, and I hope she's watching, is a woman without whom the Supreme Court judges would not know what gown to put on. She's the memorable Ayo Onotade. Hello, Ayo. Normally I'd bring her on stage, but tonight, I'm afraid again, it's just me. The shortlisted stories are The Bully by Jeffrey Deaver, The New Lad by Paul Finch, Washing by Christopher Fowler, #MeToo by Lauren Henderson, The Recipe by Louise Jensen, and Easily Made by Sid Moore. And the winner is #MeToo by Lauren Henderson, featured in the anthology Invisible Blood edited by Maxim Jakubowski, and published by Titan Books. So, congratulations, Lauren.
Hello. Is everyone there? Hi. Thank you. My PA has just connected me. Thank you so much. I mean, first of all, I obviously want to say congratulations to Mark Billingham. I think we should all do that. We know why, as Paris Hilton said about Nicole Richie. And Barry, I am so fascinated by the books behind you. They are distracting me from my speech. But thank you so much, everybody. Bloody hell, we needed something lovely. We needed this fun, this celebration of what we all do more than ever. And I can't thank you and Anthony enough for making this happen. And of course, it's lovely to win. I'm not going to lie. Obviously it is. And my last tip is, I loved Josephine's background, but always paint your dining room walls purple because the light is just superb when you're drinking a Campari and Fizz to celebrate. Much love, everyone.
Congratulations, Lauren. And it's a while since I've seen you. It was a meal for a late author, was it not? So now we've talked about translators. Karen Sullivan brought up translators. We are up to an important dagger. This is the Crime Fiction in Translation Dagger. As someone who's written several books on crime and translation, this is a favorite award of mine. It's a reminder that in crime fiction, we are not parochial, are we? I actually speak 2 languages other than English very badly. This award is given for a crime or thriller novel, which has been translated into English and published in the UK. The chair of the judging panel is the formidable Maxim Jakubowski, and I'm sure you're watching, Maxim. All of the names will be in tomorrow's press release because I am now going to read out some foreign names impeccably pronounced. You don't need to write them down, they will be in the press release. The shortlisted books are Summer of Reckoning by Marianne Brunet, translated by Catherine Gregor. The Godmother by Anne-Laure Kerr, translated by Stephanie Smee. Like Flies from Afar by Kay Ferrari, translated by Adrian Nathan West. November by Jorge Galan, translated by Jason Wilson. The Fragility of Bodies by Sergio Alguin, translated by Miranda France, and Little Siberia by Antti Tuomainen, translated by David Haxton. Oh, and I should point out that this award is a dual award. This is an award won by the author and the translator. So the winner of the Crime Fiction in Translation Dagger is The Godmother by Anne-Laure Kerr, translated by Stephanie Smee, and published by Old Street Publishing. Congratulations, Anne-Laure. The judges call this a hilarious and scabrous depiction of the racial diversity that crime encompasses in France. Anne-Laure Kerr is rude, rumbustious, and shows a whole new side of France's criminal underworld. And I think I can see Stephanie Smee on the screen as well.
Hi.
Congratulations, Stephanie. So Anne-Laure, can you hear us, and can you
Yes,
say something to
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, time for your speech.
It's time for my speech. Oh, I am going so thank you very much for this award. I am going to speak with this charming French accent.
Very charming.
Very charming. Stephanie, please help me. Thank you very much. I have no words to tell you how I am glad to have this prize, because here the lockout, everything, it's really hard for us. It's just great, something great in my day.
Congratulations, Anne-Laure. And Stephanie, congratulations to you as well. How difficult was this one?
And thank you to Stephanie, of course.
Yes. How difficult was this one to translate, Stephanie?
It had its moments, but it was a tremendous treat to be able to get inside the head of Annalore Kerr's wonderful, inimitable characters. And I should say it's a very early morning here in Sydney, Australia, where I am. So I'm holding a coffee rather than a glass of champagne. But congratulations to the wonderful Annalore, and thank you so much to the Crime Writers Association and to the judges, and to all the readers, of course. It's a great honor to be included in this wonderful pool of talented authors and translators.
Thank you, Annalore, and thank you, Stephanie. Cheers to you both.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Now, let's leave fiction for a moment, shall we? It's time to award the ALCS Gold Dagger for non-fiction. This is for a work on a crime-related theme, first published in the UK in English. It encompasses true crime, biography, historical crime, critical studies, and more. Now, the chair of the judging panel is that distinguished man of letters, Philip Gooden, someone else who I'd normally call to the stage. This dagger is sponsored by ALCS, so let's hear from them.
Hello, I'm Barbara Hayes, the Deputy Chief Executive at the Authors Licensing and Collecting Society. As a not-for-profit membership organisation representing the interests of our 100,000 writer members, we are delighted to be sponsoring the CWA ALCS Gold Dagger for non-fiction and to be supporting crime writers with this prestigious award. We wish all the shortlisted writers the best of luck and are looking forward to hearing the announcement of the winners. Well done to everyone involved.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Now, shortlisted books for the Gold Dagger for non-fiction are Furious Hours, Murder, Fraud, and the Last Trial of Harper Lee by Casey Sepp, Corrupt Bodies by Peter Everett, Honor, Achieving Justice for Banaz Mahmoud by Caroline Good, The Fatal Passion of Alma Rattenbury by Sean O'Connor, The Professor and the Parson by Adam Sisman, and The Adventures of Maud West, Lady Detective by Suzanne Stapleton. And I will reach down for the winner. The winner is Furious Hours, Murder, Fraud, and the Last Trial of Harper Lee by Casey Sepp, published by William Heinemann. The judges call this book an irresistible account of a Southern murder trial, combined with a winning story of a friendship between two famous writers. Poignant, beautifully written, and impeccably researched. Congratulations.
Thank you. Unfortunately, Casey could not make the ceremony this evening, though she really wanted to be here with us all. I'm Jason Arthur, Casey's publisher, and I have the real honor of accepting this award on her behalf. I was lucky enough to publish Casey's singular book here in the UK. And as publisher of William Heinemann, I have the pleasure of heading the imprint that published in 1960 To Kill a Mockingbird, a novel that looms large in Furious Hours. I also had the honor of meeting Harper Lee on several occasions and knew very well her views on biographers. And maybe because Furious Hours is far from being just a literary biography, though it contains some of the best biographical writing about Lee that I have ever read, I think Nell would have adored this book for its daring and for its brilliance. Casey wanted me to thank the Crime Writers Association and the judges for bestowing this award, and wanted above all to applaud her fellow shortlisted authors for producing such wonderful work. Thank you.
So congratulations, Jason, and congratulations, Casey. Now, we're on to another favorite award of mine. I like all these awards, let's face it, but I particularly like this one. It's the Superior Books Historical Dagger. This is the award. It's an award, in fact, for which I was a judge for several years. And I really miss those long liquid lunches, the judging lunches in Oxford. They were wonderful, in which we actually arrived at a winner. It's a particular skill required to write historical crime fiction. It's a balancing act. And in the UK, we have some bloody good practitioners. We have particularly some very good women practitioners in historical crime fiction. The award is given for the best historical crime fiction. first published in the UK, set in a period up to 50 years prior to the present day. For novels with mixed timelines, at least 3/4 of the book must be set in an earlier period. Chair of the judging panel is Janet Lawrence. This dagger is sponsored by Superior Books, so let's hear from them.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy Durant and I'm the editorial director of Superior Books. Superior Books is the proud sponsor of the Historical Dagger Award. Here at Superior, we are real champions of historical writing, particularly crime fiction, and so we jumped at the chance to sponsor this prestigious award. We would like to thank the CWA so much for all their support since we launched in 2018, and in particular for introducing us to such wonderful authors. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the shortlist.
Thank you, Amy. Now, shortlisted books for the Superior Books Historical Dagger are In Two Minds by Alice Hawkins, Metropolis by Philip Kerr, Death in the East by Abia Mukherjee, The Bear Pit by S.G. MacLean, The Anarchists Club by Alex Reeve, and The Paperbark Tree Mystery by Ovidia Yu. And the winner is Death in the East by Abia Mukherjee, published by Harbo Secker. The judges said, in-depth characters, a brilliantly clever murder, and wonderful atmospheric capturing of Edwardian East London and 1920s Calcutta lifted Death in the East above the impressive competition. Congratulations, Abia.
Well, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, Barry. Wow, what a shortlist! Alice, Alex, Ovidia, and S.G. MacLean, and my hero, Philip Kerr. It's just such an honor to win this award. I've got to say thank you to people. I've got to say thank you to my editors, Sarah Adams and Jade Chandler, to everybody at Harvo Secker and Vintage who just were amazing. I wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for them. And I just thank you to everybody who bought the book and read the book, the CWA and the judges. I'm going to finish this and pour myself another one. Thank you very much.
I trust that's good whiskey, Abia. Congratulations. So here's an important one. This is the point of the evening at which you can see, possibly, the future stretching ahead, presuming we all have a future. This is the John Creasy New Blood Dagger. John Creasy, not read a great deal these days, but an important man. He founded the Crime Writers Association in 1953 and served as its first chair. He also created these very awards, the Daggers, in 1955. Creasy himself was an enormously prolific author. He puts everyone we've seen tonight to shame. He wrote more than 600 novels under 28 different pseudonyms. Now, the John Creasy Dagger, the New Blood Dagger, is given for the best crime novel by a first-time author, first published in the UK in English. The chair of the judging panel, I wish he was here, is publisher, music aficionado, and raconteur, Edwin Buchhalter. And the shortlisted books are Your House Will Pay by Steph Char, My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing, Little White Lies by Philippa East, The Wreckage by Robin Morgan Bentley, and The Man on the Street by Trevor Wood. And the winner is, it's The Man on the Street by Trevor Wood, published by Quercus. The judges said, this book was the unanimous winner, with real potential for future adventures, an unusual hero, and his equally unlikely dysfunctional friends. I last saw Trevor at a meal, and now I can offer my congratulations. Congratulations, Trevor.
Thank you very much, Barry. Yeah, I'm stunned. Thank you very much to the judges. I don't know how you pick one book out of those five. They're all quite remarkable. There's an African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to write a book as well. So I've got a ton of people to thank, but I'll whiz through them as quickly as I possibly can. My agent, Ollie Munson, despite being a Spurs fan, has been a rock for me. Thanks very much, Ollie. My editor, Jane Wood, and everybody at Quercus has been incredibly supportive. This book started on the MA at UEA, the very first crime MA they did. All the tutors on there, Laura, Henry, Tom, and especially my fellow students, Harriet, Kate, Caroline, Merle, Suzanne, and everyone else who helped make this book what it is. Big shout out as well to my fellow debut authors this year. It's been a tough year to have your debut come out, but a group called Debut 20 have joined together and helped promote everybody's books all across the genres, not just crime, and loads of them are watching tonight. So lovely to see you guys here. Thanks very much. Northern Crime Syndicate. My boys have been great. We tried to have some live events this year, but it didn't happen. I have to thank my wife, Pam, and my daughter, Becca, who are both watching tonight, without whom none of this would mean very much at all. And finally, the man on the street is set in the homeless community in Newcastle, and I volunteer at a homeless soup kitchen there called the People's Kitchen. They really need help. We're cooking for 150 people a night at the moment. www.peopleskitchen.co.uk. If anybody wants to donate, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm chuffed to bits.
Congratulations, Trevor. Now, I don't know about you, I've been working my way through a bottle of wine over here, but I don't want you to go to the fridge yet for that new bottle of wine, because we're in the home stretch. This is the Ian Fleming Steel Dagger. In fact, we're up to now the 3 most renowned awards of the evening. If the truth be told, all the other awards are important, but these are the 3 key awards. The Steel Dagger, Ian Fleming Steel Dagger. Ian Fleming said there was one essential criterion for a good thriller. One simply has to turn the pages. This award is for thrillers set in any period and includes, but isn't limited to, spy fiction, psychological thrillers, and action-adventure stories. The chair of the judging panel is the one and only Corinne Turner of Ian Fleming Publications, who sponsored this award. So let's have a word from Corinne now.
Good evening. I'm Corinne Turner and I'm Managing Director of Ian Fleming Publications. We are delighted to have sponsored the CWA Ian Fleming Steel Dagger Award ever since it was first established 18 years ago to celebrate the best in new thriller writing. In fact, we don't merely sponsor the award. We're also actively involved in the judging process, with a member of the Fleming family or our board joining the judging panel each year. The prestige that comes from our partnership with the CWA is of course a bonus, but what we value most from our sponsorship of the Daggers is the privilege and pleasure of reading works from such a wonderfully wide variety of contemporary thriller writers, both established and up and coming. As the caretakers of Ian Fleming's literary legacy, we are naturally very familiar with the recipe for creating a great thriller. And although it is now 67 years since James Bond made his debut, famously amidst the scent and smoke and sweat of a casino at 3 in the morning, the essential ingredients of the thriller genre remain unchanged. We are always on the lookout for that perfect cocktail of relentless pacing, deft plotting, tense atmosphere and compelling characterization that keeps the reader drinking the story in and leaves them, apologies, both shaken and stirred. I'm very much looking forward to raising my martini glass to this year's winner this evening.
Thank you, Corinne. I haven't got a vodka martini, but I've got a glass of wine. The shortlisted books for the Ian Fleming Steel Dagger are November Road by Lou Burney, This is Gomorrah by Tom Chatfield, One Way Out by A.A. Dand, Between Two Evils by Eva Dolan, Cold Storage by David Koepp, and The Whisper Man by Alex North. And the winner is November Road by Lou Burney, published by Harper Fiction. The judges said of this book, it's as perfect a balance between plot, character, pace, and dialogue as you could wish for in a thriller. It takes a very special book to combine such tension with such tenderness. Congratulations, Lou.
I'm so incredibly honored, and it's early afternoon here in the United States, so I am drinking gin. So I can't tell you how honored I am. My fellow nominees are all terrific writers, and I was blown away by all their books, and so again, I'm just so honored. And thank you to Ian Fleming Publications and to the judges and my agent Shane Salerno and Harper Fiction in the UK, my fantastic publisher. And again, it's just it kind of blows me away to even be long-listed for an award this prestigious, and I'm just very, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou, and congratulations again. So, we are almost, I'm sad to say, at the climax of the evening. So, thank you for staying with us. And we didn't have too many hitches, or is that tempting providence? Before we get to the big one, Gold Dagger, for the best crime novel of the year, we are going to present a keenly desired award, the 2020 Diamond Dagger. Now, the Diamond Dagger is the Crime Writers Association's highest honor, an award that recognizes authors whose crime writing careers have been marked by sustained excellence and who have made a significant contribution to the genre. The recipient is selected from nominations by CWA members. As always, this year's recipient was announced earlier in the year, and Linda mentioned him earlier. So many of you will already know that the winner is the author of the Lake District Mysteries, the Rachel Savanaik Golden Age Mysteries, many of the CWA's own anthologies, and numerous other works, both of fiction and non-fiction. The great Martin Edwards. Now, we have somebody else equally prestigious, Anne Cleves, who herself won the Diamond Dagger in 2017, spoke to Martin about this year's award. And we have a video of that conversation to show you now.
Hello, my name's Anne Cleves, and I'm delighted to be virtually handing the Diamond Dagger to my old friend and murder squaddy pal, Martin Edwards, tonight. There's a very satisfying symmetry to doing this because Martin gave me the Diamond Dagger 3 years ago at a very smart dinner. And I wish I could be there with you, Martin, with your family and friends to do the same for you. Martin truly deserves this award. Let's just briefly consider the range of his work. He's written 2 contemporary crime series, one based in Liverpool and one based in the Lake District. He's an award-winning short story writer and editor. Through the British Library, he's brought so many forgotten writers back to life. He's written a crime novel satirising the Blair government and another historical one about Crippen. And then there are the fabulous 1930s thrillers, Gallows Court and Mortmain Hall. And that's not to mention the non-fiction. Won every award that there is between here and the US. So please, everyone, raise a glass to Martin Edwards.
Cheers. Thank you very much indeed, Anne. That's very, very kind, and I do appreciate it. As you say, the symmetry is truly satisfying, and of course it has a particularly surreal feel for me. It felt strange and hard to believe when I was first given the news of the Diamond Dagger Award for this year, and it continues to be rather surreal. I'm certainly the first person to receive the award while sitting in his loft, so that's something for the record books. But it's been a long journey since I began writing crime fiction at the tender age of 8, 9, 10, something like that. But it's been a truly enjoyable one. And of course, there are 2 particular reasons why one feels very privileged to join this elite group of writers who've received the Diamond Dagger. First of all, there are the very names of the people who've received it in the past, the likes of P.D. James, Ruth Rendell, John le Carré, Lee Child, Michael Connolly, Sarah Paretsky, Ed McBain, Elmore Leonard. The list goes on. It's very humbling to be part of that small group. And then the other thing, of course, is that the Diamond Dagger is an award by fellow crime writers. nominations are made by members of the Crime Writers Association, then there's a process, a sifting process by a subcommittee of crime writers, and then the board of the CWA makes the decision. So that in itself, that recognition by fellow professionals is very gratifying, also very, very humbling. Of course, as you know, Anne, this is an award given to an individual. I've received my dagger inscribed with my name on it, which I shall treasure. But behind that are many other people, and of course one starts with friends and family. I'm enormously grateful to them. A special word for my long-suffering wife Helena and children, Jonathan and Catherine, who've been supportive through thick and thin, and occasionally through gritted teeth, I suspect, as I've taken them on research trips to the Lake District in the rain and that sort of thing. But I am very grateful for their long-term support. Then there are the agents, the publishers. We do need them, and they've helped enormously in my career. There are the bookshops, the libraries, so essential to it, and most of all, of course, the readers, because I write to entertain readers, and without them, the books don't really have an independent life. So I am truly grateful for this award. It's an enormous honour and a privilege, and I would like once again to raise the glass and to say a sincere thank you.
Cheers, Anne, and cheers, Martin, and congratulations again, Martin. There'll be a longer version of that video on the CWA's YouTube channel soon, and our greatest congratulations to Martin. Now, are your glasses charged? Mine is. Without further ado, it's the final award of the evening. It's time for the coveted CWA Gold Dagger, which is awarded to the best crime or thriller novel originally written in English and first published in the UK during the awards period. Chair of the judging panel is Britain's best crime fiction bookseller, Richard Reynolds, although David Headley's pretty good as well. Now, the shortlisted books are What You Pay For by Claire Askew, November Road by Lou Burney, which has already gathered a bauble, Forced Confessions by John Fairfax, Joe Country by Mick Herron, Death in the East by Abia Mukherjee, also already gathered a bauble, Good Girl, Bad Girl by Michael Robotham. Now, the judges highly commended November Road by Lou Burney, which of course has just won the Steel Dagger, so he doesn't really need a consolation prize. And the winner of the CWA Gold Dagger 2020 is, wait for it, Good Girl, Bad Girl by Michael Robotham, published by Sphere. The judges said, with all the necessary elements in place for a riveting read, this is an intelligent, nerve-wracking, and beautifully balanced start to a new series by an extremely consistent writer. So congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, Barry. That was worth getting out of bed for. I'm on the coffee. It's a bit early in the morning here. Unless I'm still dreaming, of course. But if it is a dream, I'm going to wake up and it's going to be very messy. And I haven't had one of those for a very long time. This is, I'm enormously chuffed. It's you know, I was very fortunate to win the gold, I think about 5 years ago with Life or Death, and you were doing the honors, Barry. And I remember there was a lot of love in the room, and it was a wonderful event. And I came off stage, and people were congratulating me, and someone grabbed me by the arm and dragged me through the crowd saying, "Joe wants to meet you. Joe wants to meet you." And I kept going. And I was trying to thank people and answer questions. And I got very annoyed by this, very persistent being dragged away. And finally I turned around and said, "Who the fuck is Joe? as the crowd parted and J.K. Rowling was standing in front of me because she was one of the shortlisted authors and I had no idea she was there. So I then had to always drop to my knees and say, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. It's a shame that we can't be at an event like that, that this year, but it doesn't take away my excitement. I've got to thank the Crime Writers Association and the judges. I have to thank my wonderful shortlisted authors, Claire, Lou, Mick, Abir, and Bill. I've read all of your books. They're all amazing. I don't know how they pick these things. I really don't. My publishers, Little Brown in the UK, Ashad in Australia, Goldman in Germany, Scribner in America and elsewhere. Thank you. I couldn't do it without you. And my agents, Mark Lucas and Richard Pine, Nikki Kennedy and Sam Edinburgh. I love you all. I will read anything except a contract. That's why I need you. To my darling wife, Vivian, and my 3 daughters, Alex, Charlotte, and Bella, I make no apologies. I'm about to wake you up wherever you are in the world and tell you that I won. And finally, look, I want to thank the readers out there. I was involved in the Ned Kelly Awards, the Australian Crime Awards, a week or 2 ago. And I mentioned then that, without readers, we wouldn't be here, because we are all storytellers. And, when I hear someone say they don't like books, it's like saying they don't like sex. They're just not doing it right. We have to put the right book into the right hands and everyone can come back into the fold. And, we all know what it's like when we recommend a book to someone and they come back to us and go, wow, that was amazing. What else have you got? It gives us that warm, wet, fuzzy feeling like weeing into a wetsuit. It's just amazing. So thank you to the readers out there. Keep spreading the word. Thank you to the CWA. And I'm so excited. Thank you so much for this award.
Congratulations, Michael. Well deserved. You didn't expect to be getting sex advice from Michael Robotham, did you? Let's be honest. So we're bringing the evening to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Those were the CWA Daggers for 2020. The winners have all been posted on the CWA's Twitter feed at twitter.com/the_CWA. And a full list will soon be available on our website at www.thecwa.co.uk. It just remains for me to once again thank all the judges and all the panel chairs. It's really appreciated the hard work you put in. Richard Osmond for his speech, and I'll see you soon, Richard. And the people working behind the scenes for the CWA to make the Daggers happen. Linda's already mentioned them, but I'm going to do it again. Daggers Liaison Officer Mike Stotter. Publishers Liaison Officer Maxim Jakubowski. Chair Linda Stratman. Secretary the great Dee Parkin. Assistant Secretary Fiona Veach-Smith. And our technical guru, the man with whom this event would not have happened, because if I'd been handling the technical side of things, you wouldn't have seen a thing. Anthony Johnston. Thank you, Anthony. Our congratulations to all the winners. And our thanks to you for watching this unusual, but hopefully no less suspenseful version of the event. If all goes well, next year, we'll be able to get together in person, put on our glad rags, and return to doing this. This year's Daggers submissions are open, Mike Stotter tells me. Finally, thanks to our sponsors, ALCS, Ian Fleming Publications, and Superior Books. Thank you all for watching, and good night.